Hey guys, my name is Em and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because it is going to be a 24-hour readathon vlog. It has been a long time since I've done a 24-hour readathon. I used to do them literally like multiple times a month, and now it's been probably a few months since I've done my last 24-hour readathon. I actually can't remember, but I am so excited to be doing one this weekend. I am kind of going to be doing the timer method for this 24-hour readathon, but in a bit of a different way, which I'll explain to you right now. It is 8 p.m. on Thursday evening right now. I actually don't have school tomorrow, so I kind of have a bit of a long weekend, so I have Friday, Saturday and Sunday to do this readathon. So because of that, I am going to be doing the timer method for the 24-hour readathon, and I'm going to be trying to get as close to the 24 hours of reading as possible. However, I will be ending this readathon Sunday night regardless of how many hours I've actually gotten done. So it's kind of the timer method with I am trying to read as many hours over the course of like a couple days to get to 24 hours, but also if I don't get to the 24 hours by Sunday night, I am going to end this readathon anyways. It's its own thing, but you know what, it's fine because I am so excited to be reading, and I have not been reading lately. It's literally the 17th of November and I have finished one book this month, and it wasn't even a book that I wanted to read. It was a book for school, so like that doesn't even count. That doesn't even count. But I'm so excited for this 24-hour readathon. I have like an ambitious TBR, but also a kind of attainable TBR. So let's just get into the TBR. Let's just tell you what I'm planning on reading. I'm planning on starting this readathon at midnight tonight. I do have a few things to do tomorrow, so I won't be home all day. Okay, so the first book that I have on this TBR is a book that I actually started last weekend, and that is Accidentally Amy by Lynn Painter. This is a short enough romance book on Kindle Unlimited, and Lynn Painter is the author of Mr. Wrong Number, which I read in another 24-hour readathon, and I loved it so much I gave it 5 stars. Now this book I've been hearing a lot of kind of mixed reviews about, honestly a lot of negative reviews, but hopefully I'm gonna like it. I feel like I'm gonna like it. It might be a little bit cringe, it might be a little bit insta-lovey, but I don't really mind. I kind of am just excited to read it. And as I said, I did actually start it last weekend, and I think I got like 30% of the way through, so I should have absolutely no problem finishing this book this weekend. I don't know if I want to start the readathon with this or if I want to save it for like a late night reading session, possibly Saturday night. And because I'm reading it on my Kindle as well, I can literally just like be lying down and read it and kind of just fly through it, because Lynn Painter's books are literally so easy to fly through. I don't know why, but they're just so quick to read. Then the next book that I have is kind of an ambitious one, and that is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This book was insanely popular like 2 years ago or like a year ago, I can't even remember, but like literally everybody and their mother has read this book, and I tried to read it. I think like early 2021 I tried to read this book, and I made it like 100 pages, and I kind of put the book down, kind of soft DNF'd it, and then just like never picked it back up again. But I do really want to read it. My friend Stephanie from Stephanie's Lowerlin is always telling me to read this book because it's one of her favorites, so I think I'm going to read this book. I did get to like 100 pages in or something, but I'm kind of considering just starting it again from the beginning, honestly, because do I remember anything of what happened? Not a single thing. This is on my TBR. For some reason I want to read a fantasy book, I want to read an enemies to lovers book. This fits both of those, and also it is on my end of year TBR for 2022, so this is a possibility, guys. We're gonna see how this goes, but I think this is honestly the one I'm gonna start with because I can kind of like continuously read it throughout the weekend and like break it up with other books. That's what I'm thinking. Not sure, we'll see. Then I have one more book on this TBR that I definitely want to get through, and I'm reading it on audio. I started it during the week and it's really good, and it's called The Naughty, the Nice and the Nanny by Willa Nash, who is also Devney Perry, and it's a very short Christmas kind of novella, and I have like an hour and a half left, so I'm definitely going to get to read it at some stage during this weekend. And it's also a good idea to have an audiobook for a readathon, so that if you're doing something that you can't physically read, or if you need a break from physically reading, you can pick that one up. So yeah, that is it for this intro. Welcome to the readathon. It is officially starting at midnight. I'm also doing this readathon with my Patreons. That is all I have to say for right now, guys. I will come back to you later when I have my first reading update. I think I'm going to start with These Violent Delights. I don't know if I'm going to start from the beginning or if I'm going to continue where I was. I'm going to go right now, but I will talk to you guys later. Hi besties. Okay, it is now Saturday evening. It is just after 4 p.m. and I wanted to give you a 24-hour readathon update. So the official readathon started last night at midnight, but I did technically start reading on Thursday at midnight, but I just didn't have a huge amount of time to give updates, and honestly, like, I didn't get to read as much as I wanted. But I knew that like today and tomorrow were going to be the main days of the readathon anyways, because I have no plans and I have like the whole weekend to myself. So if you look at my timer, I have been reading for 3 hours and 15 minutes over the last couple days. It's not as much as I would have liked, but it is a start and I am in a reading mood now. I did start These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. The last time that I was talking to you, I think I said that I didn't know, was I going to continue from where I left off or was I going to start it from the beginning again. I actually decided to start it from the beginning again because I did not remember where I was. I didn't remember what had happened up to the point of me like stopping reading, so the best decision was to start it from the beginning again, and I'm so glad that I did because I'm absolutely loving it. Like, I've loved it from page 1, which is so strange because I remember not liking the first 100 pages when I read it like back in 2021, so it's already off to a good start that I'm really loving it. I've gotten up to chapter 16, which is page 180. I'm on track to finish this book this weekend. Maybe I'll finish it tonight, but if I don't get to finish it tonight, then I will get to finish it tomorrow. This is like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but in 1920s Shanghai, and there's also like kind of a monster disease spreading kind of a thing, so it's very good, really amazing. I'm sure everybody knows what this is about because everybody has nearly read it at this stage, but I am loving this book so much, and it is such an easy book to read as well. Like, for a fantasy book, I am flying through it, so I'm very, very happy and very excited to continue reading this. Then I also did listen to a little bit more of my audiobook while I was doing the thumbnail for today's video, so I was reading more of The Naughty, the Nice and the Nanny. I am now on chapter 6 and I've got an hour and 4 minutes left in that audiobook. Again, I know for sure I will be able to finish it this weekend. I just don't know when I'm gonna get to finish it this weekend. So my plan for the rest of the evening, because it is Saturday, I do have the rest of the evening to myself. I'm hoping to read a lot more of These Violent Delights. There's like 450 pages in this book. If I could get to page 350, I would be so happy, or even 300, honestly. If I could get to that point before the end of the night, I would be so happy, because then I would only have like a very small section to finish in the morning. But when it gets later and I'm kind of getting tired and my eyes are tired and I don't really have the brain capacity for a fantasy book, I am going to continue Accidentally Amy by Lynn Painter. Yeah, it is now just 4:15 in the afternoon, so I'm going to continue reading this one, get up to like page 300 or 350, however much I can read, and then swap to Accidentally Amy this evening. And then at 8 p.m. tonight, I'm actually going on sprints with Jodie from Vanilla Moon on her Patreon, because we're both doing our Patreon readathons this weekend, so we decided to do some live reading sprints. So yeah, that is my plan for the evening. I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna continue reading These Violent Delights and I will give you some updates as I go. It is now 6:30. I am on page 200. I'm loving this book so much. I am so intrigued to kind of see where it's going. We're getting really into the plot now, and we kind of can see what we're trying to achieve in this book. And Misty's on my lap being adorable. I love her so much. Okay, let's keep reading. Okay, it is now almost 8 p.m. and I'm all set up for reading sprints. I've got my laptop here. I also have a pint of water because I'm oddly thirsty. I don't know why, but I'm extremely thirsty. I've obviously got my books and I have my Squishmallow for comfort. So I am ready to get reading. Okay besties, it's now after 9 p.m. and I want to give you a little reading update. We've been on sprints for just over an hour and we're having such a good time. I've reached page 260 in These Violent Delights, and honestly I think I need to switch books because I'm not really like getting it anymore, and I don't know whether the book is slowing down or maybe it's just like my attention span is just not really there for a fantasy book right now, because like a few times I've been reading it and I've been like, wait, when did you get from there to there? Because I don't remember you being like in an office. I thought you were somewhere else, and like I'm just like losing where I am in the book and I'm not like getting it. So I think that means that I need to take a little break from that, because I am enjoying it and I don't want to like take away from the enjoyment by trying to like push through when I need a little bit of a break. So that means that I am switching to Accidentally Amy for the evening. I hope that I can finish this book anyways. I feel like I might be able to if I dedicate my time. My aunt actually texted me saying that she's coming to visit tomorrow and we're going to go see some Christmas markets. So even though I may not get as much time to read tomorrow, I will get to go see some Christmas markets, and that's so exciting. So I'm very excited to do that. So I'm just going to try and get as much reading done as I can tonight, hopefully finish Accidentally Amy tonight, and then in the morning I think I might try and finish this book. There is like 200 pages left, but I feel like if I do dedicate my time I will be able to finish it, so we'll see. But I am liking this. Like, we've kind of just gotten to the part where Roma and Juliet have kind of like teamed up now. Before this point they were not teaming up, so they're kind of teaming up now to like stop the monster that's like infecting all these people and stuff. I'm kind of 50-50 on my love for this book at the moment. Like, I was really loving it and now I'm kind of not, so I think I need to just take a step back and wait until I'm in the mood to read it again, because I think I'm just too tired to focus on like a fantasy book right now. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to sprints and I'm gonna continue reading Accidentally Amy. I'm 36% of the way through right now, so almost halfway. It's a very short book, it's like 250 pages, so hopefully I will finish it this evening. Okay, it is now 10:30 at night and we're on our last reading sprint. We have 15 minutes left. Okay, I'm 45% of the way through. I'm hoping to finish it tonight, but here's my one complaint about this guy, this main guy. Okay, you know I love cats. Okay, I love cats so much. They're iconic. I love people that love cats. I love cats. Cats for the win. But this man is slightly too obsessive with his cats, I think, and I did never think that that was possible. But like, just like the last couple like chapters when he's like talking about his cats, I'm like, it's actually a bit of an ick. I know that sounds horrible because like it's supposed to be really cute and stuff, but like he just went a little too far. He just went a little too far, because I don't even know if I can explain it, but like he makes his own cat food and he microwaves it for them, and that's like, it's a nice thing to do, I suppose. Basically he's getting her to like cat sit while he leaves, and like the sheer amount of like details and instructions he's leaving for his cats is a bit of an ick for me, because I'm like, okay, I get it, you love them, but like genuinely cats are the most low maintenance pets to have, and like I love Misty with my whole heart. Like, she is literally my child, but like put a bit of food in front of her and she's fine. She doesn't need like detailed care, and I refuse to believe that these cats need detailed care. A child, I get it. A dog, I kind of get it too. They need more kind of entertainment and like attention and stuff. Cats, I don't think they need all the instructions that Mr. Blake is leaving for them. But you know what? Respect to him, because it would be worse if he was anti-cats. But yeah, that's just my thought. He's a bit of an ick, but like she's also a bit of an ick, so I think they're just very cringy people, but I'm still liking the book. So I'm just gonna try fly through it, and also there's so much dialogue in this book that it is making it very easy to read. So that's all I have to say. I'll get back to you. Good morning, besties. It is now Sunday morning. It is 9:30. I want to give you a reading update, but I didn't really read as much as I wanted to read, and I'm kind of disappointed because like yesterday was like my prime reading day. Today I don't have as much time, and I thought that I would get like at least one book finished yesterday so that I could finish off the other two today. That didn't happen, but you know what, it's fine. It's fine. I had so many good plans, and I did read a bit on the sprints, but then I kind of kept getting distracted. But yeah, I'm gonna give you a reading update anyways. Honestly, I want to start this readathon from scratch. I'm not very happy with how it's going, but I don't have the time to start it from scratch again. So I might just like pretend that today is a whole new readathon day and then see how we go. Also, I was gonna read late into the night, as I said. I did end up staying up until 2, but I didn't end up reading anything after the sprints. Accidentally Amy. I think the last time I updated you, I was talking about the cat boy ick. Stand by that. He's not great. He's not great. I don't know whether it's actually him or whether it's like my lack of patience for men in general. Could be that either. I did make it to like 45% of the way through. Once again, I might be able to finish this tonight. You don't know. It's a palate cleanser book, I think, and that's what I needed, because I'm not used to reading fantasy books, so I needed like a little like cutesy, cringy, insta-lovey romance to break that up. Then we have These Violent Delights. I want to finish this book so badly today. Like, I really want to finish this book, but I'm at the stage in the book where I'm like, I actually don't want to keep reading, and I don't know again if that's because of me, probably is, or if it's because of the book. It could be possible, but it's more likely me. I was loving the first 150 pages of this. I'm now 260 pages in, and I feel like I just keep zoning out when I'm reading, and then I'm like not picking up on where the characters are or like what's actually happening. I think I'm just gonna pause Accidentally Amy until tonight maybe, and mainly focus on this. But yeah, that is my update for right now. Gonna go read more of these Violent Delights with my morning coffee, and I will see you guys later. Okay besties, it is now 11:20 in the morning, and I want to give you a reading update because I do not want to stop reading. I picked back up these Violent Delights, and oh my god, I'm loving it again. I feel like if you're watching this and you're watching my thoughts on this book, you're literally getting whiplash, because I'm like, I didn't like it, I love it, I hate it, I'm literally obsessed with it. I'm literally obsessed with it. And I think it was just yesterday I was not in the reading mood, and I was like trying to get myself to read, and I'd read so much of it that I was kind of like losing like the concentration to like keep reading and stuff. I absolutely love this book though. I literally do not want to stop reading, but I have to because I leave at 1:30, and that's only in 2 hours, and I want to like get ready. And someone needs to explain to me like the science behind the fact that like yesterday I literally had the whole day and night free. I could have read the entire day if I wanted. I didn't. Today I literally have to go somewhere for the entire day, and all I want to do is sit and read this book. I don't know what the science is behind that, but it is so frustrating. But I do think I'm going to be able to finish this book today. I'm up to page 312, so I literally have like just over 100 pages left. It is so good, you guys. It is so good. Some parts of it are like kind of gross, to be honest, because like the whole like monster thing, it's like these insects are like burrowing into people's brains, which is kind of disgusting. But I'm also loving like the little subtle references to Romeo and Juliet. Like they were using fake names to get into like this like club unnoticed, and his name is Roma Montague. But like when they were giving fake names, Juliet said, oh yeah, and this is like Mr. Montague, which is obviously Romeo Montague. And Roma was just like, what kind of a name is that? Like what does Montague even mean? Like it kind of sounds Italian, but like I don't really know if that's even a real name. And I was just like, oh my god, it's like when you're like watching a TV show and there's like a crossover in the TV show. That is what it reminds me of, like the Nickelodeon crossovers between like iCarly and Victorious, which is so random, and like they literally have nothing to do with this book, but like that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, oh my god, slay. Like some of our side characters, we have Benedict, who is Roma's cousin, who's obviously like Benvolio. Then we have Marshall, who is Mercutio, and we also have like this like scientist guy who's like Lorenz, and that's obviously Friar Lawrence. Like I don't know why it took me so long to like put these clues together. I got Benedict and Marshall from the beginning, don't think I'm like that dumb, but like Lorenz, I'm like, oh my god, you're Friar Lawrence. And they just brought up about a potion that can like stop the person's heart and then start it again, which is what happened in Romeo and Juliet. And I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna literally do the same thing? I know that this is gonna end on a cliffhanger. I know it's gonna end like crazily, so I'm gonna need the second book like ASAP. I'm finally on the hype train of Chloe Gong, and I am never getting off. So to check on the timer, because ultimately this is still a timer method readathon, I've been reading for 8 hours. So I'm gonna get in the shower and get ready, because I literally do not have that much time before I have to go. And then when I'm like doing my hair and stuff, I might listen to the audiobook of The Naughty, the Nice and the Nanny, because usually I actually only listen to audiobooks while I'm doing my hair. I don't know why that's like the one activity that I listen to my audiobooks with, but it is. So I might do that, and then if I have time before I go, I will read more of these Violent Delights. If I don't, I will read it this evening. Okay, hi besties, the lighting is shocking. I am so sorry. I've just gotten home. It is like 7:30, and we ended up going to the Christmas markets. It was so much fun, and then we collected my mum from work, and then we went out for dinner. So we just had a really nice day, really nice Sunday. I am home now. I am going to continue reading for the evening. I do have to catch up on last night's episode of I'm a Celeb before tonight's episode, so I'm going to do that, but I'm going to be like reading in between, and I'm going to finish these Violent Delights tonight, guys. I'm going to finish it tonight. Whether I get to update you tonight or not, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go, and I'm going to try to finish that book. Hi besties. Okay, I am coming on here to end out this readathon vlog right now. I didn't end up getting to read as much as I wanted to during this readathon, but you know what, I'm really happy with how much I did read, and I've been in a reading slump since August. Like I've been reading a few books here and there, but I have honestly not been enjoying any of my reads since August, and this weekend was like the first time that I have really enjoyed reading and like really wanted to read since then. So I'm really happy about that, and hopefully that means that my next reading vlogs and my next 24-hour readathon will be way more successful, because I'll actually be like in the mood to read. But I wanted to give you a final reading update because I have finished these Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I loved this book so much, you guys. I literally adored it so much. I finished it last night, and I gave it like a 4.5 stars on Goodreads. On further thought, honestly it might be a 5-star. I think I might put it up to a 5-star. Sometimes like 5-star books, they don't have to be perfect. It just has to be about enjoyment, and my ratings don't really mean that much, to be quite honest. Like I could give a really good book 3 stars, or I could give like kind of a questionably shit book 5 stars. It's all about how much I enjoy the book, and I really enjoyed reading this book. I felt like so excited when I finished it because it ended with such like an exciting scene. I don't know if it's a cliffhanger, but it made me want to read like the second book like right now. This book was just so good. Like this was it was amazing. It was truly amazing, and I can't believe it took me so long to 1, read it and actually finish it, and 2, like actually realize how amazing it was. The subtle references to Romeo and Juliet throughout the whole book literally were giving me life. It's like when you see the title of the book in the book that you're reading and you get really excited. That was me throughout this whole book when there was like Romeo and Juliet references, because as much as like Romeo and Juliet as a Shakespeare play is not a romance, like it's not, but I actually really love it, and I really loved this book because of it, and I would really like to read more Romeo and Juliet retellings, honestly. Kind of scared for the second one because of how the play ended and because of how this book ended. I'm kind of like, hopefully she steers away of the actual Romeo and Juliet with the second one, because I don't know if my heart can take that, to be quite honest. But yeah, loved this book so much. I'm so glad that I read it. I would recommend it massively to everyone. I would say that like if you tried it, didn't love it, maybe give it another chance if you're in the mood for it. I think definitely you have to be in the mood for the book you're reading, and this was definitely a book that I was so excited to read. And I was sending like videos to my friend Steph because she read this book last year, loved it so much, and I've been wanting to read it since then because I was like, well, if she loved it, I have to love it. So I was sending her videos when I finished it at like 12:30, and that was so much fun as well. I've really missed that part of reading where you can just like chat about the books with other people. This book was 439 pages. I read this start to finish during this readathon, which I am so happy with. And then I also read about 120 pages of Accidentally Amy. I did also listen to like a bit of the audiobook, but because I didn't finish it and because I don't have like a page count for that or anything, I'm not counting it in my final page count, but I did also listen to a bit of that audiobook. But in total I read 559 pages during this readathon. Honestly, I'm really happy with that. Like I know it kind of didn't work out how I wanted it to work out, and the timer method kind of ended up flopping a lot, but I still managed to read a book start to finish. I got out of my reading slump. I really enjoyed the books that I was reading, and I'm very excited to do another one very soon. I know that me and Jodie from Vanilla Moon are planning on doing a festive Christmas readathon for our Patreons in December, so the link to my Patreon will be down in the description box if you want to see more about that. And I've also just decided on our December buddy read, which is also a festive Christmas book. So if you want to join in on all that festive fun, some movie nights, some live shows, everything like that, the link to my Patreon will be down in the description box. As always, there is no pressure, but I'm very grateful for anyone who does sign up. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you watched to the end, comment the rose emoji and comment like some sort of white emoji for the white flowers and the scarlets. But yeah, that is all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Stay amazing, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.